Hi everyone, this is Todd Williams. How everyone is doing today, and this is a psychic reading on Sam Okyere. I hope I pronounced his name right. And he is from Ghana, and he lives in South Korea as a celebrity. Like he's one of the top celebrity in South Korean today because of his good looks and his personality and his good nature as well. And recently he was in a controversy in South Korea about him speaking up against like racism and blackface in South Korea. And some South Korean doesn't take his comments lightly, especially he posted a picture of these four high school kids doing African pallbearing with blackface. And people around the world found it extremely offensive. And he say the same thing too, but however, he got the most backlash in South Korea for it. And I think the reason why South Korean bash him is because of posting a couple of schoolboys without hiding their identity and their whereabouts, and he apologized for it, and he was in his emotions about that, and he did apologize for it, but he did not apologize on the ignorance and the racism in South Korea. And I am on his side because, to be honest with you, there is this strong racism, a strong undertone racism in South Korea, also a very strong undertone in sexism and homophobia in South Korea. And I feel for the story that was trending about him speaking up against blackface in South Korea is an eye opener about the prejudice and the racism and the sexism and homophobia in their culture in South Korea. And I feel that there are some South Koreans are for black people, for black cultures, and there are others that are just blatantly ignorant or just too racist to realize that they are racist, and I feel in Sam's case is that he tried to educate South Korean of this is not nice, this is not cool, and he trying to educate, but South Korean look at him like, you racist too. You did a video, he did a video a long time ago of making fun of Chinese and did the eye thing, and people reposting it on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, saying that you guys telling about us black people and international fan, like y'all racist too, because y'all supporting Sam because of you guys are racist. That's how South Korean thinks about the story, but some, but not all. And I found that like with Sam, and I don't know Sam, never met the guy, never followed the guy. I don't even follow some of these celebrities in the K-pop scene in Korea. And as a person who's very intuitive and psychic, I feel like he's a very humble guy, very humble guy, very misunderstood when he says certain things that not fit well with other people, but overall he is a good guy, and he seemed like a guy that he could hang out with. Like, you could hang out with him and you could chill with him without feeling uncomfortable, but mostly more of him being more passive. That's his name. He's very passive. I don't know about passive aggressive, but he's very passive on certain things in his life. And I feel like this is the moment of his life that make him become a leader, a strong individual to help to educate the youth about racism and why they stick to this ignorant narrative. So for what I'm getting with him, with Sam, he came from a rich family in Ghana, or like a powerful, influent family in Ghana? Because I feel like he came from money and he came from a strong family background, and he's very humble. That's what I'm getting from him, because I do see that there is a mother telling him just to go back home, like go back to Ghana, just come back home, because she felt very worried. And I think that's the reason why he apologized, because I feel like there are people in South Korea is threatening him, like, you better get out or we force you out. And that's what I get. Like, I feel like he was forced to leave South Korea because of his safety. And this is very sad. This is really sad. And the funny thing about this too, like, you see BTS, and BTS is a hip hop group. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I feel like if Sam leaves South Korea, there are lots of Black people will put the pressure on these Korean rappers and Korean idols who do rap music and R&B, like pressure them of, like, do not do their song, or pressure them of being honest about who they are towards them. Because, like, rap music and R&B music came from his culture. Sam culture came from Black culture. And for South Korea to force him to leave out of South Korea because he's speaking his truth and he's standing up against the racism in South Korea, oh yeah, karma is coming. And I tell you guys, you remember my video about the K-pop prediction in September prediction that I did, and I said people gonna show their true colors, and people gonna show you what they all about. If your K-pop idol is not for Black culture, don't support them. Don't get upset about it. Even if they're not for women's rights and gay rights, don't support them. And that's what I'm seeing in his reading right now. I feel that he will gonna get a lot of love around the world. People love him already. People adore him because he is a very peaceful and open-minded person that accept his way of life. Like, he do more reflection than those 4 boys in high school and those people who write in death threats, who write in hate comments towards him. Oh yeah, there's comments up towards him, and the funny thing about him, he's not in their level. He could show us how racist some of these South Korean people are. Like calling him monkey, calling him gorilla, calling him blackie, calling him darky on the comments, calling him poo because poo represent doo-doo, like our skin. And they be saying that on his Twitter page, on Nexi Buds. And matter of fact, I hate Nasty Buds. I really do. I hate Nasty Buds. Let me tell you the reason why I hate Nasty Buds. Nasty Buds is those websites, those trashy, no good websites making people look bad, putting false information about people that's not even true. Make people look racist and sexist. That website is disgusting. And I'm glad most of my international fans came through for Sam. Yeah, they came through for him and defending him and protecting him because he is a king. Sam is a king. Sam is the one that used this situation and turn it to an eye opener about how South Korea got issues with people being different. And not only is a black thing, but it's a foreign thing too. There are lots of foreign people that's moving forward and speaking their truth, how they was treated at work in South Korea. Lots of white women speaking their story about how they being sexually harassed, how the other women, some of the South Korean women are bullying them. They're speaking up for that. Thank for Sam. And I thank you, Sam, for speaking your truth and speaking about the ignorance and a lack of education in Korea right now. And I am going to do a couple videos about this. I'm going to talk about the whole Red Velvet Joy situation, the feminine t-shirt. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that because I tell you before in my videos, like South Korea is changing and South Korea is showing the ugly side of their culture, showing the true racism, sexism, and homophobia in South Korea. And this is the reason why I want to do a reading on him, because I do see that he's going to have lots of blessings. Even if he leave South Korea, I do see that there are lots of people asking for his interview. I do see that his hometown gonna do an interview on him, and they're gonna talk about his experience in South Korea. Also, I do see that lots of South Korean celebrities gonna reach out to him more of damage control or more of like we're gonna do a heart and heart conversation about what we did to you? And people don't understand that like some South Korean celebrities, they are ignorant or have a lack of education on other cultures because they've been so isolated so long towards people from a different race. And now this is like 2020, and there are lots of foreigners live in South Korea. A lot of South Korea is moving to America and engage with different types of cultures. And not only in America, they traveling around the world, like South Korean travel around the world, meeting new people, understanding the language. And I feel like this is the time for South Korea to open their eyes and stop with this blackface. Like for real, like even lots of people is telling them to stop, even their own people, like this is racist. But this is the crazy part. This is a crazy part. This is gonna be wow, you guys. And this is came from me. If this come true, give me thumbs up if this come true. What I'm seeing, Rap Monster gonna do this. It's kind of like an interview or a conversation between him and Sam. Just wait and see, because I feel like Rap Monster see that he got lots of black friends and black fans, and he has to be like the leader. He has to be the one that shows the black people that we love you guys. We are not racist. If he step up, if Rap Monster step up and say like, hey, Sam, can we have a conversation like through social media or to TV? That will happen. That will happen. And that will be an eye opener for both races to understand each other. Or if not, they're gonna be a lots of Korean rappers that will come to Sam's aid, or South Korean Americans who speak English, who is bilingual, will come to Sam's aid and talk to him. Because all those journalists from Nessie Buds and other Korean journalists trying to make Sam as a bad guy, you're gonna get your karma. That's all I have to say. This is Ty Williams. Good day and goodbye.